and gentlemen, broadcasting live from the Dallas Fort Worth area. Welcome to the Point Blank Experience, where there's real talk from a point blank perspective. When it comes to Rod, there is no faith in shake. He only knows how to be one way, and that is 100% real. While you're enjoying the show, you may want to call or text a friend and invite them over, because we're about to have a whole lot of fun up in here. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show, and let's get real, baby. Two, mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. What's going on, everybody? We about to come up in this thing here in a few seconds. I see we got 5 real homies in the crib, 7 real homies. Hell, every time I say that, the numbers keep jumping up. I might say real homies about 18 times tonight. I see we got the alliance in full effect tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We have Cooking with the Captains. We have me tonight. We have your favorite couple in the Easy. I see you, baby. I see y'all. And without any further ado, look at the screen. The passcode to success is 247-365, just like the pin on your ATM card, baby. And what that is the passcode to success, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And without any further ado, let me turn this music off. Get ready to come up in this thing hot like Cayenne, baby. Hey, y'all better get out there and share this out. 5 people. I know damn well there better be more than 5 people in here once we get cracked. Once we get cooking over here, it better be. Hold on. Let me kill this. And without any further ado, sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride, because your boy is ready to do the damn thing tonight. I got a special guest here tonight. And the day I found out today, y'all, I don't even be paying attention. I found out today was the first day of fall. So I thought I'd wear me some fall colors, baby. Welcome to the Point Blank Experience. I am your host that sometimes does the most. I am your boy, Rod. And I want to thank everybody for being here. Do me a favor. If this is your first time here, let me know where you're tuning in from. I am broadcasting from the Dallas Fort Worth area, the DF Dub, baby, Arlington, Texas, to be exact. Home of the Dallas Cowboys, which don't tell nobody. And on this channel, we have a simple philosophy. We just have real talk from a point blank perspective. Man, come in here, get comfortable. Don't be up in here all nervous. If you have questions, a couple housekeeping rules, ladies and gentlemen. If you have questions for our guests, make sure you proceed it, because your boy, I'm still in kindergarten when it comes to these comments. Make sure you proceeded with either a purple heart or an airplane. Matter of fact, if you can't find those 2 emojis, hell, I don't care what emoji you use. Just make sure it's something, because if I skip it, I don't want you to be saying, Rod, you skipped my comment. Well, hell, you ain't put nothing before it. I might not have seen it, because it could get a little wild in here tonight, man. Let me go in these comments, see who all we got in the crib before I bring the guest on. Work to live, not live to work. I see you up in this thing. Matter of fact, I got to give her a special shout out. She is the reason that this show is happening. She was following the Travel Taurus, our special guest. And I swear, hell, if Felicia followed her, she must be cool. Let me just follow her on Instagram too. And okay, that worked out well. Then I was looking, and I reached out to the Travel Taurus. I said, hey, I want to have you on the show. Y'all, this was back in April. Your boy forgot. I forgot. And then not long ago, Felicia reminded me, as a good friend. Well, we got 6 real homies in the crib, and we got Etta in the house, Cooking with the Captains, Love to Travel with Wade, Meet and I, man, and I'm gonna go through. Y'all, I gotta put this up here. 102,000 followers. Are you following the Travel Taurus on IG? There's a link dropped by your favorite couple, the presidents of the PB Network, the Point Blank Network executive team, and also part of the Alliance, and they're their own content creators. Matter of fact, please, the Alliance, do me a favor. Y'all drop your own links tonight. A switch swap. I don't care how you do it. Your favorite couple, they traveling all over the place. But man, I am pleased tonight, and I don't want to have a long intro. The woman that I'm about to bring to the screen, to the stage, to the rock Apollo. I came up with this today, not the Apollo, the rock Apollo, baby. The woman that I'm about to bring to the stage tonight. With 595,000 followers on TikTok and 102,000 followers on Instagram, she may not need an introduction, but just in case she does, she's done some amazing things, man. Tonight, probably about 10 minutes ago, was the first time I had an opportunity to speak to her. And I want to make sure y'all show us some love. Show us some of that Points Blank love. You know, people are going to say PBT. Show the PBT love, the ride, love the Points Blank love. I don't care what love. Just show us some love. But do me a favor right now, man. If y'all ready for this, just drop 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5 purple hearts in here. I'll start once I see 1 or 2 purple hearts. If I don't see none, I'm going to start anyway. So, yeah, you got to do it. Maybe you're tired. Maybe you had a long day at work. But anyway, without any further ado, man, and there's a lot of live streams going on right now. Me and I saw y'all share this out. There's a lot of lives going on right now. I'm sure we may get rated at some point where it'll be who knows how many people in here. But without any further ado, let me go ahead and unmute her mic. Bring this lovely lady up to the stage. Are you ready? Oh, man. Okay. What's up, Aaliyah? How you doing?
I'm good.
How you doing? Was that intro okay?
Yes. Very entertaining. I loved it.
Very entertaining. So I want to welcome you to the Points Blank experience. We got 7 real homies in the crib right now. You're going to hear me say that. It's just, hell, you're here. There's 7 real people. But I want to thank you for taking the time to come here. I know you're a busy young lady, world traveler. And tonight, man, I just want to get to know Aaliyah Simone, also known as the Travel Taurus. They've already dropped your links to your IG and your TikTok in the comments. Your favorite couple's already taken care of that, and I'm sure we'll drop it a couple more times. But do me a favor now, don't tell us too much, but can you tell us a little bit about Aaliyah Simone, the Travel Taurus?
Yes. So I am a full-time travel content creator. So what that means is that my entire life is dedicated to posting about travel on social media. So, whatever it is that I do with travel, I also write travel guides and I host group trips. And I was doing travel consulting, but not really doing much of that anymore. But I do social media consulting and coaching. So yeah, that is me. And so I travel full time, all the time, probably about once, twice a month. And right now I'm living in Mexico. And I did just get off of a 6-week trip traveling in Asia and Australia.
So wait, because I listen very well. Right now, y'all, the key words is right now, not like 2 years from now, but right now. She's living in Mexico, and she just came from a 6-week trip in Asia. Man, do you know how many people? And I'll say that I have interviews / conversations, but do you know how many people wish they were living the life you live? And for y'all out there, we don't script it. She don't know what I'm going to ask. I've done my homework as usual, but how many people wish they could live the life you live? I'm living over here, and next week I'm going to be over there. But I have to ask a question right now. You have an interesting story. It wasn't one day, but it was over a span of time. You got pissed off at your job. Hell, I get pissed off my job 3 times a week.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I be wanting to quit, but I just don't have that intestinal fortitude to say I'm gone, man. Because I started thinking, my mind started playing tricks. But you just up and quit your job.
I did, yeah. In 2019.
Can you just tell us about it? I watched.
Yeah, I can. Yeah. So, long story short is this is how it really started. My boss denied my leave one day, and that definitely that really pissed me off because I was working for the government, and I had been doing so for about 9 years, ever since I got out of college. And I had never had my leave denied before. Usually, I had lots of time and leave and everything like that. If you work for the government, you have a ton of different types of time and leave. But I definitely had the time to take off, but he denied my leave. And that really set me off. And I was like, I'm going to quit that job. But I didn't know how I was going to quit it or when or anything like that. I just knew I was going to do it because I was like pretty much done at that time. And then, my life started, I was still going on with my life, doing my regular things. And my dad actually ended up passing away. And then when he passed away, I really had to start thinking about who the person who I wanted to be, and what I was going to do about it. Because I feel like, and probably anyone who can attest to this, you might be able to relate. But when you look death in the face, it start making you think a little differently. Like, oh my gosh, I need to hurry up. I need to do this. I need to start living my life on my terms and things like that. And I started looking at my coworkers, people coming into the office in the morning, and they look like zombies, they just look grim. And I was like, do I really want to look like that in a couple years or in 10 years? Because I'm going to if I keep going down this path. So I had to do something about it. And so I actually ended up like putting all this money together. And I think I got like $5,000 when my dad died. And then I got my tax money, around that same time. And then I realized that if I quit my job, they actually had to pay me because I had all that time and leave. I had all that time and leave, and they had to pay me when I left. So when I started thinking about it, I was like, dang, I could really like quit my job. So then that's when I decided, I'm actually going to quit my job. And my lease was up on my apartment in about like 2 months. So I was like, okay, I just won't renew my lease and I'm just gonna go for it. So I booked a one-way flight to London and I left for my birthday. I left. And that's when I started traveling. I never traveled alone before. And I actually traveled for 4 months and I went through 17 countries. And yeah, I didn't really have a plan at the time. I was just, I just knew I wanted to travel. I knew that's what I wanted to do. And also at the time I was around, I think I was like 31 or something like that. And when you turn 30, you're like, oh my God, what am I doing with my life? And I was kind of having that little like midlife crisis. And I was like, I need to do something cool. Like I need to do something that distinguishes me. Cause I was seeing my other friends, they were like writing books, starting companies, getting married, having babies, doing all types of stuff. And I really wasn't doing any of that. I was just like coasting along. And so I decided I need to do something drastic. So that's what I did. And not really saying everybody should do that, but maybe just for a little bit. I thought I was going to go back to work. That was my plan. I was like, I could just go and travel and I could just come back. I put my stuff in storage. I was like, I could just come back. And when I came back, I was like, yeah, I don't want to work anymore. But I also didn't know what I wanted to do. And also at the time, I was getting my master's degree online. So I was getting my master's degree before I started traveling. And while I was traveling, and I finished it like a year after I came back from doing my 4 month Europe Asia tour. So yeah, that's my story, kind of short version. Hope it
Yeah,
made
because
sense.
when I watched it, and I thought I was like, man, this, and it was a reel. It wasn't even
Oh
long,
yeah,
but
the little that was like the little first part one.
yeah. And you said they pissed you off so bad, you left work because you wanted to go home and cry, man, and that touched me. I saw that,
Yeah.
and I was like, wow,
Yeah,
But
I was really bad at my job. I like was not good at that job, and they were trying to put so much pressure on us. And I don't. I'm a tourist, so when you put pressure on me, I kind of am like I don't move.
right.
I don't move. I shut down. I'm like, if you're trying to pressure me to do something, I'm not gonna do it just because you're trying to pressure me to do it. So yeah, they were trying to make us work overtime. Then my boss was always pulling me into the office. They're always making us have meetings at random times of the day. Like it was just starting to get really, really ridiculous. And I was like, I don't want to do this no more.
Now,
And I don't want, I was looking for another job. But every time I would look for another job and I looked at the job requirements, I just was like, ugh, ugh. Like I was like, I can't even find another job that I wanted to do. So
Now, I usually don't ask a woman how old they are, and you don't. I'm not asking right now, but you said 31.
that was 2019. You
Okay,
do
okay,
that.
okay. Now we got it. Okay, well, okay, okay. I was going to say, man, because you don't look. Anyway, never mind. Now you have this travel tip. You said your biggest travel tip, and a lot of stuff I may ask you may not remember because I know when I'm creating content, I don't remember everything I said. Lord knows I only remember half the stuff I said. But I've heard this sound like something your favorite couple would say. Shelton and Key. But you have your biggest travel tip. Do you remember what that was? If not, I'm gonna remind you.
No, remind me. I'm sure it's a good one.
Book, book that flight. This was her
Oh
biggest
yeah,
travel
that's
tip.
the
Y'all
one.
book that flight.
You got to start somewhere. That's a
Don't
good
be
place to
waiting on
start.
nobody. I get teased all the time. Man, Aaliyah, I get teased all the time. Rod, you ain't going nowhere. I was just on a live stream before this one.
Ooh,
Rod ain't going outside. He ain't going nowhere. Hey, shout out to the 9 real homies that's in the house. But I'm gonna fool them though. I'm gonna fool them, man. So you quit your job, you start traveling full time. How many countries have you been to?
29.
I was gonna write them all down. I'm like, I ain't writing all that down. I'll be all
Now
day,
write it
but
down. I have a list
eh,
on my phone. That's the only reason why I know that number because people started asking me, and I was like, I don't know. So I had to sit down one day and I had to write it down in my notes on my phone.
now I know for for the most part you travel solo. Am I correct?
Yeah, but honestly, for the past year, I've been traveling with my partner. But before that, mostly by myself. And then prior to me quitting my job, I would travel with like family or friends, whoever I could get to go with me.
Okay, and you did a little reel where you said the places that you felt the safest traveling as a black woman, and I
Yeah,
think those places were Mexico, Honduras, where you are now. You're in Mexico now, Iceland, Thailand, United Kingdom, just to name a few.
yeah, I
What
love those
makes
places.
places so different where you felt comfortable as a black woman traveling alone?
Well, you can tell like people they don't look at you funny, they don't like I felt like when I was traveling in Asia for sure, the farther east I went, the more uncomfortable and weird things would happen, like people trying to take pictures of you or people trying to touch your skin unwantedly or touch your hair or just stare at you weird, or that people are rude, for no reason and just like things like that. Because I've been places and I will be around, like even when I travel solo, I'll be with other people, like other people that I meet, I like make friends.
Hmm.
And sometimes, they're a different skin color than me. So if I'm traveling somewhere and I'm hanging out with somebody with a different skin color than me and they're treating us differently and we're together, but then that kind of tells me something, you know what I'm saying? Because I've definitely have been places where they've been nicer to my little white friends than they have been.
Hey, and I told you before we started, say what you want to say, white
So
friends, purple friend. I don't care how you say it. Just say what you want to say. So, and I've traveled abroad as well. And I saw something you had put. It was funny, man. Y'all got to go check her out on IG. Her reels are hilarious. But you was in Asia, and I'm gonna say something because you mentioned some. The farther east you go, the more different women, black, white, whatever, they get treated a little bit different. Because there's different cultural things. But you say you were in Asia, and I think this woman said Beyonce. She looked at you, and
oh yeah, they do that all the time out there. All the time. Yeah, they'll be like, "Oh, you got a big booty. Oh, you sexy." Like all types of stuff. Now, I think that lady. Now, I was in Thailand recently, like in December. This lady literally like pat my butt. I was like, "Oh, ma'am," like,
a lady did.
yeah. So we were going into the spa to get like some feet massages. But honestly, Thai people, they like black people. They're very nice there. Thai people are great.
I've been
I
to
let her slide. But there's
I've
a
been to
man in
Phuket.
Vietnam that pinched me. I'm not letting him slide on that. That's not cool.
So, because
I
Thailand,
think
I've been to Thailand. I've been to Phuket twice and Pattaya once.
Pattaya.
Yeah, in Thailand, and they don't
Oh,
care.
okay,
I
yeah.
mean, they don't mean no harm. They just probably ain't never seen no ass that big.
Yeah, I was like, the Thai people are great. And honestly, when I made that post and I was talking about those countries, I feel a lot comfortable there because there's brown people there. All those countries have a ton of brown people. They're all my skin color and or darker. In Thailand, those people they're very brown. Okay, they're
Yes.
very brown out there. Honduras, same thing. A lot of black people in Honduras. I didn't know this until I went there, but there's a lot of black people in Honduras. Guatemala, the Mayan people, they're so sweet.
Now,
Guatemalan people are so great.
you've been to Phuket, correct?
Hmm. Yep. I was just there in December.
Did you go? You ever been to the combat zone?
The combat zone. I don't know which one was
I ain't
that.
talking about no war zone either. Yeah, it's
No,
this
what's the
strip of all
combat?
these outdoor bars. It's like 2 miles
Oh,
long.
oh my gosh, what's the name of the street? You talking about Patong Beach? It's Bangala Road. Bangala Road. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh-huh. Yeah, I remember
yeah. They
there.
call it back when I went. They called it the
You
combat zone. Boy, man,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I,
that's probably Bangala
how
Road.
long?
And
How long was you there,
when
Leah?
I was there, we went right after they reopened because they like had opened. They reopened in November of last year, and we went in December, and there really wasn't much going on. It was pretty sad. So, trying to go back. I hear there's more people there now, but yeah, I mean, pretty much. I was in Thailand for 3 weeks in December, and we went all around. I was in the islands. We went to Bangkok and all types of stuff. It was pretty much dead everywhere we went, other than Bangkok, unfortunately.
Hey, I
But
gotta
I
give.
hear it's better now.
I have to give a special shout out, and I was just thinking about. I know she's gonna say I'm bull crapping, but my daughter just came in. What's going on, Miss Trico? My oldest daughter's here. I was just thinking yesterday. I was like, man, I need to call her, and I've been sweetheart charger to the. I've been busy, but good to see you in here. Hopefully, you still in here. I just had to say that real quick. I just happened. I'm scrolling down to
Mhm.
make sure I don't miss any questions that people may have for you. So, uh, now, out of all these 29 countries, what was your favorite place? I think I know, but I just want to hear it. I want to hear it from the young lady's mouth. I think I know, but what's your favorite place out of all the places you travel?
Thailand for sure. Thailand is definitely my
Really?
favorite place.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you what I thought it was, but
What you thought? What you think it was?
I thought it was Bali.
Oh, really? You
Yeah,
haven't
because
been doing your research.
a lot of your posts was about Bali, and so Thailand. Now,
Yeah.
what's the longest you've stayed in Thailand? And this now I'm just asking.
3.5 weeks.
Oh hell no! I stayed there for 4 days and I couldn't wait to leave. Not that it was a bad place. It was too much of a
Please.
party. It was too much of a party, Aaliyah. I was there, man. I was younger. But I was at this bar. I was at this bar drinking some cognac, and it had to be 148 degrees outside. And next thing I know, I'm laid out on the bar sleeping, and the lady let me go behind the bar and lay on the cot. Everybody coming by laughing, and I didn't care, man. So Thailand is your favorite place?
Oh yeah. You want
Why?
me to tell you why?
Is it
Okay.
because of the party life, or you could just do what you want to do
No.
there?
Well, here's the reason why I like Thailand is because first of all, it's a very large country. There's a lot of different places that you can go to. You could probably travel around for like 2, 3 months and still not see everything. So that is number one. It's a very large place. So you have a lot of space to explore. The other reason I like it is because you can pretty much do anything that you would want to do there. Like they have everything. You want to go to the big city, they have the big city. You want to go to the islands, they got the islands. You want to go to the beach, they got the beach. You want to go to the jungle, they got the jungle. You want to go to the mountains, they got mountains. So like they have everything that anybody would want to do. They have all different types of activities that you could take part in. Pretty much like anything that you want to do, you can do it there. And that's why I like Thailand. I also like it because hey, girl. Hey, Felicia. I also like it because it's very affordable, extremely affordable. It's very easy to move about the country. They got airports at all the little cities. They got ferries. They got trains. They got buses. If you need to go somewhere, you can get there. It's very easy to get about the country. Um, and then the other reason I really like it is because the people, they're just so nice. They're so nice and welcoming. And you can literally just sit there and yell at them, and they're just going to look at you and smile. Like literally, like you can be upset, and they like don't get upset. They're just happy, And yeah, I just really love it there. Yeah, for those are pretty much the reasons why I like Thailand. It's affordable. The people are nice. You can get around really easily, and there's a ton of stuff to do. And I think it's a place that you could probably visit at any time of the year. They have a rainy season, but honestly, I went there during rainy season and it didn't rain that much. So I think kind of like depends on where you're going to be traveling during rainy season. But still, I mean, it's just a great place to be. I love it.
See, I've never been to Bangkok, and I can't imagine Bangkok because
You never been to Bangkok?
no, Phuket
See,
was
that's
enough for
why.
me, and that's small.
It's okay. Phuket's kind of big.
Yeah, but
It's
man,
a
I can
large
imagine
island.
Bangkok.
Bangkok is fun. Yeah, I like
Hey,
Bangkok.
y'all, and Aaliyah don't know. I couldn't imagine. I don't know if I can handle no more fun in Thailand. And I was young then, so now I don't know if I could handle it. But y'all, this is Aaliyah's first time on any of the Points Blank Networks channels. And in case you didn't know, Aaliyah, I don't drop gems, I don't drop nuggets, I drop boulders. That's one of my slogans on all my channels. But I watched something on IG. You dropped a boulder, and I want to read this verbatim. And I love where you stated when you said, why stay in America when $67 converts to 1 million IDR, which is Indonesian rupiah, and you can ball out in Bali. So this is that forward thinking. $67. You can't even you barely can go to McDonald's for $67 right now with a family of four. Really?
Oh,
You can't. But she over here telling me she getting $1 million in Bali, swinging on that little swing that everybody swing on and go out over the mountain and come back, which I ain't gonna never do that. And
I haven't done
fall
that
out of control.
either.
So
You want to get on that swing? It's expensive, sir.
I don't care if they pay me a little. I'm not getting on that damn swing.
Don't
It's just like
stay Don't get on the swing. No, I
no,
haven't done it. Don't get on the swing.
no. Did you do it?
No, I didn't do it. No, I'm not
Hell
paying that
no, I ain't
money.
gonna do it
I'm
either.
not gonna pay all that money to go on the swing. I am in my 30s. Can't be paying that much money to go on the swing.
Man, I don't care if it's free. I ain't going.
You're scared of heights.
So
That's
you
okay.
traveled to 29 countries.
Mhm.
Which countries are on your bucket list? Where do you want to go that you haven't been
Antarctica.
to? Y'all, that's when you
Uh,
know you done traveled a lot. Who in the hell want to go to Antarctica? But okay.
I want to go to Antarctica. That's on my bucket list. Peru would be really cool. Where else do I want to go? Japan. Oh my gosh, I want to go to Japan. I'm
You
like
never
waiting
been
for
to
them to
Japan?
open, and I'm gonna try to go. No, I haven't been to Japan. I've
Japan is
flown through there. I've flown through Japan plenty of times, but they're still closed. So I think they're gonna open soon, like very soon. So you might see me in Japan very soon.
been to
Pretty much
Tokyo.
everywhere else. I will say I'm gonna go to Europe next year, and I want to do like the like Eastern Europe. Like all those countries over there: Greece, Croatia, Albania, Romania, Bosnia, North Macedonia, all those little all those little cluster of countries over there. I want to go over there, and I want to just knock them all out at once. Maybe like a month and a half. Just go to all 10 countries. Just bam, bam, bam. Knock 'em out.
Hey, this next question I have is for the late. It's for anybody, but maybe you can elaborate. I'm sure you can.
Sure.
But it's for the ladies. You have this travel hack where you don't spend this much money on clothes when you travel. Can you tell us about this rent runway place you go to? Because that seemed pretty
Oh
cool.
yeah, rent the runway. I know. You know what? I felt bad because some of my little male followers were like, "Hey, do they have men's clothes?" I'm like, "No, I'm sorry." But yeah, so I actually was doing a brand deal with Rent the Runway, which I mean is an awesome idea for anybody who travels and don't want to spend all that money. I saw this girl on Instagram saying that she paid $400 for vacation clothes just to go on one trip. And I'm like, girl, you could have just went on Rent the Runway and could have like rented some clothes and paid $100 and then sent the clothes back. Then I think it's a great travel hack because number one, if you're traveling within the United States, you can actually have your clothes sent to your destination. So then you don't have to worry about packing a bunch of stuff. And you can just send the clothes back when you're done. They clean them for you and everything. And they have jewelry, sunglasses, all types of cute little stuff on there. And they got like designer brands on there. You know, like I'm not like a fashion girly, but I just say it's a lot of people on there I ain't never heard of before. But you know, but they do that, and I just think it's a great idea because I hate shopping, and I was able to go on the website and get like pick out 3 outfits and a cute little pair of sunglasses in like 10 minutes, and then it was shipped to where I was going in like 2 days, and bam, it was there.
And those were some expensive outfits you were wearing, if I'm not.
Yeah, they were right. I
Yeah.
was kind of scared wearing them. I was like, I better put no stain on this because I'm with them charging me. but but it was but yeah, I mean their stuff was great. I love it.
Yeah, I was tripping. Now, you give a lot of travel tips on Instagram, and one of the things that I saw is you do a lot of different locations. How to fly from this location. How do you determine the best and the worst time to travel to a location? Like, for example, you said the best time to travel to Thailand is November to March, and the worst time is April to October. How do you determine this? I mean, are there websites you use, or you just know from experience?
Google. You can go
Google.
on Google and it'll tell you because like I always like to and I do definitely recommend people do this before you decide to go somewhere. But check the seasons because the seasons really matter. And I will say with global warming, the seasons are kind of weird right now. But for the most part, I mean, some places have a dry season and a wet season. So depending on like what you're trying to do in that location, you might want to check the weather or what time of the year is good to go before you go and book a flight there. Because you don't want to go somewhere if it's monsoon season, it's going to be raining the whole time. Or I know for me, I don't like being hot and being sweaty. So if it's like the hottest time to go somewhere, I'm not gonna go over there. Okay, I'm just not I ain't gonna do it. Um, so yeah, just like keep in mind, and then like even in some locations, you may want to go during the wet season because of something that you want to do there. So it just really depends. So like, I want to go to Bolivia at some point in time. I don't know if you've ever have you seen like the pictures of Bolivia, the salt flats,
Yeah,
where it
yeah,
kind of looks like a mirror
yeah,
everywhere. But
yeah.
yeah, so if you go there during the wet season, you can see the mirroring, right? But if you go during the dry season, which is probably the low season for them, probably cheaper to go, it's dry there and it just looks white. So it just really depends on what you're trying to do. So I think their dry season is it's like right now because one of my friends just went and it wasn't wet like that. It was dry. It was just white, you know. But I want to go when the mirror effect is. So I would have to go during what the wet season. So I need to figure out. So you gotta look up when is the wet season, and then make sure I do my travel arrangements around that time. And then also you have to keep in mind like the high season and the low season for different places because that's gonna determine price. A lot of times you may see a cheap flight somewhere, but that's because it's the low season and maybe it's really cold there and people don't want to go there right now. So like I just came from Australia and it's low season for them because it's winter, you know. So I was able to go there and it wasn't that expensive. And when I was going around sightseeing, nobody was really there because it was freezing cold outside. So yeah,
We
just thing
have
you
a
have to keep in mind.
we have a question from involving with Etta, but before I
Mhm.
forget, you say you just left Australia. You didn't like Australia?
I loved Australia. It
That's
was
my favorite
wonderful.
place. I mean,
I
Thailand
loved
is
it. And
cool.
I went in the winter, so that was like perfect. I loved it. I was very, very, very happy and satisfied with my little quick trip to Australia.
Which
So
city?
I like winter.
Which city did you go to?
I went to Sydney because I wanted to see the Blue Mountains. I wanted to see the Blue Mountains. That's literally what I went there for. I was like, I'm just gonna go do a quick little stopover on my way home. So I was headed that direction anyway. I was coming from Malaysia, so I went from Malaysia to Australia, and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna go there for a couple of days, and then I'm gonna go on with what I my next destination I had to go to.
Now, I've been to Sydney, Brisbane, Townsville, Perth, Fremantle, Albany. I've been to both East Coast and West
Oh,
Coast.
you've been all over.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved it, man. That's the if I had to if they forced me to move somewhere overseas, probably my two choices would be definitely Australia first, which is going to lead to me to my next question. Australia first, and then Singapore, because Singapore they predominantly speak
Or
English.
first. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, everybody speaks English there.
right. Which now my next question: do you run into any language barriers when you travel abroad? I mean, do you?
Um, not really. I would say Google Translate is great. Um, I have been in some situations where people didn't speak English, but I mean that's fine. I mean, it wasn't something like I needed them to speak English. Matter of fact, it's so funny. The last time I was in Guatemala, which was November of last year, I actually did I did a whole tour, like a food tour with this little Mayan lady, and she didn't speak no English at all. We had a good time, okay? Like, she didn't speak no English. We did a whole food tour. She
Wow.
took me, we went to the market. We went back to her little restaurant. We cooked a meal together and everything. She did not speak any English, but we had a great time together.
But it was just
So,
communicating. Now I do have to ask
yeah,
this question.
Google
I'm sorry.
Translate, you know. Yeah.
I'm sorry,
I'm going
Etta.
to learn Spanish, though.
I
Yes, what's the
didn't.
question?
Aaliyah, evolving with Etta, who's a very huge supporter, and I'm sure some of these people are going to start following you on Instagram and TikTok. But evolving with Etta says, "Are you paid by brands to vlog while you travel? Do you have any sponsorship deals?"
No, not like that. So when I do work for brands, it's more so of me making a dedicated post for them on my social media. Basically, I make commercials for them, and and then they pay me for it. So brands do pay quite. I mean, it's a couple $1,000s that I make per post when I do social media post for them. But also, so when I'm traveling and I'm like vlogging, because that's basically the vlog is basically what my Instagram stories are. So they're very personable, very raw content, day to day activities that I'm doing with specific details and things like that. But like I said, I also make travel guides. So when I do travel, um, keep track of everything, and I make travel guides and I sell those on my website. So I make a lot of money doing that as well. So that's
I
where the whole getting paid to travel thing is. And I get paid for posting on Instagram and also get paid from posting on TikTok through like their creator fund. And I don't make that much doing it, but honestly, my cost of living is pretty low. So between what I make on Instagram and TikTok, it pretty much pays my rent. My rent's only like $400.
so I lied. I lied in our pre-game warm-up and our
I know what
pre-interview.
you lied about too.
What your bank account? Yeah, I lied because I said I don't get in nobody's bank account, but and I'm gonna try not to, but I just have to ask, man, because it's been puzzling me since I started researching for this interview. I don't need to know how much. How in the hell do you afford all this traveling?
Well, honestly, a lot of the hotels and stuff that I stay at, I don't pay for. If I'm doing like a brand deal with them, when I was in
Now,
Bali,
repeat.
I didn't pay for. I think when I was in Bali, I paid for like 4 nights of a hotel, and I was there for 3 weeks. So yeah, I paid for 2 nights in one spot, and then I think I paid for 2 nights in another spot for a grand total of like $100. All the other places I stayed at were like collabs. So working and being in travel and promoting travel on my channel helps me actually save a lot of travel costs, surprisingly. And then also because my schedule is so open and flexible, I can fly on the cheapest day. I don't have to be nowhere at a certain time or a certain day. Like if I know I need to be somewhere like on a certain day, I'll just go early, and I'll pick the cheapest day before that date and I'll show up then. So that's how I save a lot of money is because I'm not buying expensive flights. I'm flying on the cheapest day. A lot of times when I do travel, I get like free hotels and things like that. And I always travel to places that don't cost a lot. So, and also when I do travel, this is how a lot of travel influencers and people who do travel professionally save money traveling. We go to so many countries because and don't spend that much money because when we go, like when I go over to Asia, I go to like 3 countries while I'm over there, or when I go over to Europe, I'm going to, I went to Europe with my friends right before the pandemic, and we went to 5 countries in like 2.5 weeks. Boom, 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 boom. Off a $350 flight. So, you know, that's how you really do it. I like to call it country stacking. I don't know what other people call it, but I would say if you're going to go somewhere that's far away, definitely try to see if you can go to other neighboring countries around because it saves so much money versus flying back and forth and doing all that.
Okay, my daughter is about to roll out, and then I'm gonna go back up. But she says, "Oh, Drinker, were you leaving so early?" She says, "Good night, everyone." I didn't catch her name. It's Aaliyah, but was she was giving gorgeous. And let me see.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, Drinker, I'm gonna call you. Hopefully, you ain't sleep because I'm gonna wake you up even if you are. I'm gonna call you after this live stream. That's my baby there. I talked to her in a couple of weeks, and we were talking every day. But I want to pull this up. Hey, I'm sorry, I should have said this earlier. You're gonna see me do stuff like this and all that. I'm just greeting the people that's in the comments. Carmel in for the win. Carmel, what's going on? Hey, Rod at Points Blank Travel, and everyone in the chat. What's going on? How you doing? Thank you for coming in. And Meet and I. This is what I really wanted to see, and I was hoping somebody said, and I want to thank Meet and I. She got me motivated to get deals.
Yeah,
You know, and she just said, how many weeks? You said a couple weeks and you spent $100 and you went, what'd you just say? I'm reading this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was in Bali for 3 weeks, but I only paid for like 4 nights at 2 different hotels. So I paid like 2 nights, and the hotels are very cheap in Bali. So it was like $30 and $25 a night, something like that. And then I stayed at another hotel that was like $25 a night.
Is
But
that
other
what
than
you?
that, everything else was the other places I stayed at were like hotel collabs. So I didn't have to pay to stay there.
So when you were in that float, that rose bath. Now I don't even know if it was a rose bath, but you had the
Yeah,
floating.
the flower bath.
Yeah, but you had a floating breakfast, yo. You said yo $35 a
Yeah.
night room, and you had a floating breakfast,
Oh, in
yo.
Thailand. In Thailand, yeah. Yeah, I did a floating breakfast in Bali too, and it wasn't that expensive either. It was around the same price.
So what was that? Was that a big tub or a jacuzzi or pool? What was that?
That was a pool. So there's a hotel. It's that place is in Phuket. That place is in Phuket.
What?
Yeah.
Oh man.
And it's not that far from Patong. It's like in walking distance. But yeah, it's a hotel. It's called the Andamantra. And yeah, it was $35 a night. And yeah, I was just walking around the hotel and they had a little sign that said floating breakfast, 499 baht. And I'm putting it in the conversion. I was like $15, $13. I was like, I'm booking that. So I'm
Hey,
sure the
Aaliyah,
girlies
does
would
it
love to know
irritate
about
you
that
when
place.
you're in? Does it irritate you like when I was in Thailand? Like I don't know what it is now the conversion, but when I was there, it was like 45 baht to $1. So you walking around with like $10,000 bills. You trying to convert all this stuff, especially if you partying. It's like, here, man, just tell me what it costs. Take it out and just give me my money back. I don't want this stuff.
You gotta be careful because some places they'll be trying to give you the wrong change back though.
You know, when I was over there,
You gotta pay
a,
attention to
a double shot of cognac or a shot, it might have been a shot, was 120, 121 baht or something like this. So
that. Mhm.
roughly $5. But I'm like, dude, man, if I have about 3 more of these, I ain't gonna be calculating nothing. You can just charge me whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh yeah, I love Thailand. We went to one of the hotels we were staying at. What do they call it? Ping Pang, Pang Yang, something like that. But they had unlimited beer or whiskey, and you had to pick one. But it was like unlimited, so
which one did
we
you
had
pick? I can't see you drinking beer.
the
Which one did you pick?
whiskey,
The
the
whiskey.
whiskey, the
The
whiskey.
whiskey. Yeah, the Tennessee whiskey. You got your picture ripping, but
Yeah, this is Thai whiskey, okay?
oh man, what's that stuff they got called? Mekong? That Mekong whiskey? Whoo!
Yeah, I think that's what it was. That's what we were
Oh
drinking. Hmm.
hell no, man! 2 shots of Mekong. Yeah, you may done. You
Oh, we had lots of shots of it.
I can't mess with that, man. You hell no. Man, and I want to thank you again for being here. We got 9 real homies in the crib. And like I said, there's a lot of live streams going on tonight. If you are watching the replay or you're here right now, make sure, and I got it on the screen, follow the Travel Taurus, Aaliyah Simone. Man, she's phenomenal. And y'all, there is not enough time. I could do 5 live streams. There's not enough time to cover everything that she covers on Instagram. I ain't even been to TikTok. I ain't even checked out on TikTok, which,
Oh yeah,
yo,
there's a ton of videos.
595,000 followers on TikTok. 102. Hell, I'm trying to figure out how to get to 4,000 on YouTube. And I've been trying to figure this out for at least 6 months, 3, 4, 5 months. Now, when you travel and you got these floating breakfasts going by, and I mean you ain't going by, you're in the damn the pool with them. Yo, she was in a pool, had this big old tray. I wish I could show y'all.
It was huge.
It had so much food. I thought it was like a buffet. It's just floating by, but it ain't floating by like you got to grab some food. It's hers. It's hers. And it was.
It will float away though. You gotta...
35. Yeah, it will float away because it looked like. But hell, it was big. I'd have caught it. I can't swim, but I'd have caught it because I'd have been hungry. But now, do you prefer hotels, villas, or hostels?
Personally, I would probably prefer like a hostel. And the reason why I say that is because of the social aspect and all the free stuff they give you. I mean, like some hostels do kind of like give you, I mean, some hotels give you free stuff, but in a hostel, they'll give you like better free stuff. So, like, you'll get like free meals, and sometimes they'll have like free events, and they'll have happy hour, like really good happy hours. A lot of hostels will have an actual bar attached to them, and people are just a lot funner there. You'll get to meet people. Um, Hotels, I'll stay at a hotel when I don't want to be bothered with nobody. I don't want to be bothered with anybody. I'll go stay at a hotel and I'll just chill out and be by myself and stay in the bed, and relax, and walk around naked or whatever. But so I like hostels because of all the amenities that they give you.
So you know I'm gonna latch on to that, boy. If I ain't heard nothing else, I heard that last part. So if you want to walk around naked, you're gonna be at the hotel.
You get. But and the other thing too is, if you stay at a hostel, you can get a private room if you want to get a private room. But I'll get a private room if it's me and my partner traveling. We'll stay at a hostel. We'll get a private room if it's affordable. But other than that, I'll just go stay in the dorm.
I have a question because I touched on this. It ain't got nothing to do with
I was just in the hostel this past weekend.
Well, I have 2 questions, but I got to ask this one before I forget this one.
$15 a night.
$15 a night? Hey, damn, Master P, y'all. She for real got the hook up. Damn, Master P, tell me I got the hook up back in the day. $15 a night?
Okay.
$15 a night. Yeah, I think we may be a little delayed, y'all. I think there's a delay, but hey, so Aaliyah, now you said partner, and I know you have a travel buddy. They don't know, but I know you got a partner and you got a travel buddy. Are they the same people?
No, they're the same people. Yeah, it's the same person.
Okay. Because you put something on the other day. You say, I hope y'all enjoy seeing this because you ain't going to see him no time soon.
Man, I was my friend for a long time. He just now got to travel buddy status when he could keep up with the traveling that I do.
So travel buddy and partner, the same person. Can you hear me?
Yeah. What'd you just say? It cut out.
The travel partner and the buddy and the travel buddy, the partner and the travel buddy, they're the same person.
Oh yeah, Dr. Jones.
Y'all look like a perfect couple, and that's why I asked that question. Y'all look like a very happy couple. And man, is the connection getting bad over there?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right.
I don't know if it's me.
Yeah, it ain't me. It ain't me. I got like
there's literally like 10 different routers going at the spot that I'm at.
Well, hopefully it don't. So what is a hostel? Can you tell me what is a hostel?
Hostel, I'm trying to remember what it said in the dictionary, but a hostel is basically like a lodging establishment that is catered to travelers. It's catered to travelers. So you can get extremely low prices. I think the cheapest hostel I've ever stayed at was $4 a night, and it was actually a really nice place. So they cater to travelers. So it's a place where travelers can come and be around other travelers. They can meet other travelers. You can stay in a dormitory if you want to. Sometimes, like a dorm will have as little as 4 beds or as many as 22 beds. I've never stayed in one that had 22 beds. I probably wouldn't recommend that. But you can do that. When you stay at a hostel, they have like all female dorms, or they have all male dorms, or they have co ed dorms. It just really depends on where you're staying at. A lot of them also offer private rooms. If you don't want to stay in the dormitory, they may cost a little more. Sometimes they might not cost that much more. We stayed in a private room in a hostel in Thailand, and it was $17 a night. And it was really cute little place, and it had like a little balcony and everything, and it had a bathroom that was in there. So, yeah, I mean, they also have a lot of events and stuff. Like I said, it's catered to travelers, so that's why they have a lot of activities there, like group trips, and they can always help you with transportation and things like that, booking tours and pretty much anything you need travel wise. They can take care of it for you at the hostel. So
So are you in a
that's pretty
hostel
much
right
what
now?
a hostel is.
Are you in a hostel right now?
No.
Okay, okay.
Mm-mm.
I know you're in Mexico. We ain't gonna come look for you, but which city are you in Mexico right now?
Playa del Carmen.
Man, you live in that baller's life, man. But y'all, it is very intriguing,
I mean, I don't
and I
know,
want to
balling on
know.
a budget, I guess.
Well, hey, balling on a budget. I don't care how you doing it. You balling, but I have to follow Miss Aaliyah. I want to learn, and y'all. And I'm telling you right now, there's not enough time in the world for me to put or even ask the questions that she got on her social media sites. This woman is constantly putting out boulders. I'm talking about boulder after boulder after boulder. I don't drop gems and nuggets. She dropping boulders now, and I do have a question after this here. But please go check it out, man. It's quickest, best airports to catch international flights, cheapest airports. If you're flying out of Houston, if you're flying out of Atlanta, it was so much, y'all. I was getting overwhelmed. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. I can't even type all these damn questions. But and I saw this right here. I'm gonna go down through some of the I've seen those reels, blah blah. Thank you, make sure. And me and I said, yeah, $15, yeah, man. And she tell you how to do it. But what I like about it is she got parts one, two, three, four, or part three, or part five, 3 or 5, and it's not there. It's not a PBT video for you got to watch 4 hours. She's doing this in 47 seconds. I'm just telling you, she's doing it. Am I right, Aaliyah? You're explaining how to do this in
Yeah, honestly, yeah, and that's the thing about TikTok and Instagram Reels is, I mean, it do take some type of talent to take a lot of information like this and condense it to this. So I try to do my best,
well, okay,
especially
with about
like I try to make
700,000
like
people,
a.
I think you're doing your best. Now, I do have a question, but I want to pull up Meet and I's comment. This is super important. I always thought hostel was cheap places like Ian. Never knew this. Hashtag Travel Taurus. And do me a favor, Aaliyah, and I usually don't ask this, but man, the people, I don't know if you can see the wrenches, probably not on this, but you got everybody that's part of the alliance, which is Meet and I, your favorite couple, Cooking with the Catrins. They're part of the line, but there's so many content creators in here evolving with Etta. You already know Work to Live, Not Live to Work. Meet and I just started a new channel, Sipping with Meet and I, and they're focusing on Black-owned spirits. Your favorite couple, they stay traveling. They just came back, and I'm gonna get to this in a minute. They just came back off a cruise, which I want to ask you about in a minute.
Oh
But
yeah, cruise
Etta
is lovely.
said, "My goodness, these prices." I mean, you're killing the game. Which is Do you deal with points and miles at all from credit cards? Because you don't need to. Hell, you got me about to throw all my credit cards
I
away.
don't. And that's the other thing too, is when I do make my content, I don't really post about credit cards and stuff like that. Honestly, I haven't gotten too much into it. And I know my followers, I know who my demographic is, and I don't want to push that information on them without giving them the tools to do it correctly. Because you can't just go out and tell people to sign up for credit cards. That would be a recipe for disaster, especially I got kids who are following me, they're 20 years old, they're in college, they don't know what they're doing, they can't have no credit card. You have to do research before you start getting into that type of stuff. And you have to know what you're doing before you get into it. Because that system is set up for people to fail. And if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to be messed up. So that's why I like to make travel content that's relatable for everybody. There's no weird tricks. You don't need no special code. You don't need to be a travel agent. You don't need to have credit card points. You don't need none of that. All you need to do is just travel. Okay. Just listen to what I tell people where to go. I'd be like, just go to this website. They got you. Just go over here and do this. Um, I have a lot of Google Flights tutorials on my TikTok showing people how to find cheap flights. Because people saying they're finding cheap flights, they're using their points, they're paying $200. Well, I'll pay $200, just paying $200. I got a one-way flight for $33, and that was just literally the price on the website. They're like, oh,
I
you're using
saw that.
credit card points. And I was like, no, I'm not. That's the price on the website. Go look.
I saw that, and I'm like, I didn't watch it. I was like, I wonder where she went. And one of the questions I had, what was your cheapest
Honduras,
flight? But then you had another reel where you were showing people how to find $3 flights.
Yeah, that was the one. Yeah, honestly, most of the flight price is those taxes and fees and everything. The actual flight isn't anything. The flight was $3. It was $3, and then it was like $25 in taxes and fees. So like it was like a $33 flight.
Where'd you fly from Terminal A to Terminal B? I mean,
I flew from Houston to San Pedro in Honduras, and it was funny because I was looking at the flights. I would see flights all the time, and they were always that price. They were that price for a long time. So, I think to fly to Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador were all under $50 one way.
Yeah, you said in one of
United.
your things for Honduras, your peeps, your family says it's dangerous to go there. Don't go. And you and your partner, y'all went there and y'all had a ball.
Fun. Yeah, it was nice. I was like, man, they've been lying. This is why they're telling people not to come here, because we were there and I was like, we were walking around. We're like, it's nice out here. I was like, this is why they're telling people not to come, because tourism they be messing a lot of places up. I said, I see why they're telling people it's a paradise out there, and the people are nice. They're like, we want more Black people to come and visit, and and stuff like that. They're like, we don't ever see. You know who's over there?
Who? The other people. That's why they tell us it's dangerous, because but hell, they
went to
know if it's dangerous. That might be the first place we go to.
We were literally in Roatan, and there was nothing but older white folks there. Ton of them. They had their kids there and everything. I was like, see, y'all been, see. I was like, see. It's nice out there. It's beautiful. Like, people talking about going to Jamaica. I'm like, I'll go to Honduras. I gotta go to Jamaica. Jamaica's expensive. I'll just go over to Honduras. They got the same crystal clear blue water.
Hey, so y'all in the live stream, y'all hear that Honduras put that man. This woman, no, I watched the footage, and if you want to watch it, go to her IG. It's right there. Now, a question that I do have: when I traveled abroad extensively, one thing that messed me up was the food. I couldn't get
How did I mess you up?
Because number one, I was allergic to seafood, and I was primarily traveling to Asia. Now I found out half the stuff I was dodging, Aaliyah, like lobster and crab, I found out I could eat, but I was really allergic to fish. Not necessarily seafood, but my mama had me believing growing up in Arkansas, boy, you're allergic to seafood, all the seafood.
She just told you that. Okay.
Yeah,
you ain't been tested. Have you been tested?
No, I tested myself. I went to, I was sitting in my.
That's how you found out.
No, I didn't go to no test. I sat in here and ate somebody cracked a crab leg and I ate it. I tested myself. I tested negative.
That's
I
funny.
went to what's that spot in Dallas? Your favorite couple helped me out. That place where you get the steaks, the Double Eagle place. Not Nick and Sam's, but it's a big steakhouse. I ate some lobster there. I was negative. I ain't getting sick. I said I'm gonna learn on the fly.
Oh,
But they've been lying to me all my life. But in Thailand, y'all, they had these big old lobsters like this for like what, $8 a lira? Well, at least it was.
I don't know if I've had lobster in Thailand,
Man, it was
but whatever it is, I know it wasn't that. It couldn't have been that expensive. Seafood
yeah.
is cheap in Asia, especially in places like that. It's on the coast, especially if you're on an island. They just catching it over there around the corner.
So how do you adapt to all these different foods and all? Are you just when it comes to food, are you a risk taker? I mean, will you eat like anything?
I mean, if it's like, I'll try it. Like if somebody's like, "Hey, try this," I ate the scorpion. I tried it.
Hold up, you just made me put my cup down. I was about to waste my. Thank God I wasn't drinking it. You ate a scorpion?
Yeah, I ate it. Oh, you didn't see that video. You gotta scroll down and see that video. It's so funny. Me and my
Oh, I
partner were
gotta
like
find
eating the
it.
scorpion, and then we went to bite it, and then he didn't
Hmm.
bite his when I bit mine, and I was all grossed out. He looked at me like he said I was nasty, but then he bit it and was like, "Oh, this is good." I was like, "What?" Oh, it's so funny. Yeah, I tried it
Oh
though.
my God.
It was okay. I probably wouldn't do
Hey,
it
you know what
again,
I ate
but
in
I'll try
Thailand?
it.
I found a spot in Thailand, Aaliyah, and I ate the same thing for 4 days. I was there for 5 days. I had to work one day. I couldn't leave. I was in the Navy. I couldn't leave the ship. I ate a
Oh,
club sandwich and pan fried noodles every day. The pan fried noodles was like my potato chips. I didn't eat nothing else. I can't like when I go to Mexico. You eat goat cheese?
I don't know. I probably have eaten it before and didn't know, but
No,
cheese.
no.
Does it taste bad?
No. Hey, let me know when you have to go because I know you over there. Who knows? You might be on Mars tonight. Who knows? You might be anywhere tonight. So and I only have a couple more questions. I'm trying to start streamlining these down. And right here, I want to read this here. Your favorite couple. We have a boulder alert, ladies and gentlemen, in the night. Aaliyah's dropping boulders. Baller on a budget. And man, yo, she's not sitting at home in Atlanta or North Carolina or LA or Dallas right now. She said at the beginning, if y'all just came in, she said, right now, I'm living in Mexico. Right now is the key words. You know, when I went to school, they used to say, identify the
Right
key
now.
words in this sentence. Right now is the day of key words. And she just came 6 weeks from where were you at 6 weeks prior to this? Where were
I
you?
was in Bali for 3 weeks. Then I went to Malaysia. Then I went to Australia.
What part
My
of
favorite
Malaysia?
place.
Penang, Malaysia.
No, we were in Kuala Lumpur. Oh my gosh, I was so happy
Okay.
to be in the city again. I was so happy to get off that island. I'm not an
Hey,
island
have you
person.
been to Fiji? Have you been to Fiji?
Mm-mm.
So
No, I
overrated.
haven't been to Fiji.
So overrated.
Really? I mean, I
You
figure it's
could
an island.
you couldn't pay me $2 to go back to Fiji. I've been twice. And now once you're on the resort, it's cool, but it's high as hell.
Talking
Now
about
I
they
did
were gonna pay you
say,
to go. Did they pay you to come back a second time?
yeah, they did. I was in the Navy, girl. They did pay me to go back a second time. Yeah, they did. And I didn't have a choice, but man, I'm telling you,
All right,
you
well, I'll let it slide
I went
then.
5 blocks. Aaliyah, I went 5 blocks from the resort and I was in the biggest ghetto in the world. And everybody looked like they was on good times. They all had afros. They were basically black people, kind of like Samoans or something, but
Interesting.
no, man. No.
Uh,
Now, have you traveled to the Middle East? I know you've gone to Dubai, right? Have you traveled to
I
Dubai?
haven't been to Dubai. The only place I've been to in that little region is like, well, not really. I mean, I've been to Egypt, but I don't know if that's considered the Middle East.
Kind of.
Mm-mm.
They speak Arabic.
No, sir. I went to though. That place is on my bucket list.
Dubai.
Hmm.
I've been to Dubai 5 times. It's off the chain. It's
That's what everybody. My partner's been there twice, and he loves it. Oh, you gotta go to Dubai. We gotta go to Dubai.
well, I
I was
would
like,
tell you,
boy, we about to have a different trip if I go to Dubai with you. We ain't gonna be out at the club all the time. We about to be out here in the streets doing stuff.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Now I can't tell you this because you seem to have this mastered, but you got to have some deep pockets when you go to Dubai. But maybe not if you're Aaliyah. If you follow Aaliyah's
I mean,
signs to
I heard
success,
that, but then I've also heard from other people that it's not that bad. So I think you gotta know what you're doing. We'll see.
I didn't know what I was doing because I didn't know. I didn't know. So, and I'm gonna get ready to wrap this up here shortly, ladies and gentlemen. We have been going an hour and 5 minutes, and I do want to respect this young lady's time. Uh, a couple of things I do want to mention, and I'm gonna give her the screen because this is a perfect time for me to take a quick break and go to the West Wing. For anybody that follow me, you know what I mean when I say that. I'm going to the restroom. Now, you have a thing coming up in 2023. There are people that are afraid to fly solo, or they may just not have anybody to fly or travel with. And you have something coming up in 2023, a group trip. Can you tell everybody about that? And I'm gonna give you the solo screen. I can hear you. I'll be right back. I'm gonna take.
Okay.
So you have something coming up. Can you just elaborate on that a little bit?
Yes, let me tell you all about my group trip. Now, I actually have another group trip planned too. I actually have three group trips in the works, but we'll start with the one that's the farthest away, which is Costa Rica. So I am going to Costa Rica, and I'm inviting everybody, you guys too, to come with me. And that'll be like it's pretty much like going to be a tourist themed trip. It's going to be for my birthday, and that is in May. So the dates are May 13th through the 19th, and we'll be going all over Costa Rica, going to waterfalls, going kayaking, snorkeling, we're gonna hike, we're gonna go to the hot springs, we're gonna go and do all the fun stuff. We're gonna be staying near the beach. So that'll be a really fun experience. So if you guys want to join, we have 16 spots, and yeah, the link is in my bio. So if you go on my social media and you click the link under my bio, either Instagram or TikTok, you'll find that information linked in there, and it'll have everything in there, like how much it costs, where we're staying, a full itinerary, and all of the information you want to know about costs and deposits and the refund policy and everything like that is going to be in that link under my bio. And then also, just launched today, I am going to be co-hosting with some other hosts, a trip to Colombia. So that'll be fun. And that is actually this year. That's going to be in December. And that trip is going to be really fun because we're going to be staying at an all inclusive resort. And there's going to be activities during the day. There's going to be activities at night, parties at night. We're going on a boat party. There's going to be a pool party. We're going to go to the volcano. I think we get like the little mud on you. We doing that. And there's going to be yoga classes. It's actually a yoga retreat, and that is through Mood Travel. So if you go and click the same link under my bio, you'll see the Columbia Yoga Retreat listed under there, and you can click on there, and it'll have all the information about that trip as well. It's going to be really fun. It's going to be having parties, and there's going to be people speaking. There's going to be speakers there, and it's going to be a really good time. And we're staying at Dreams. It's going to be an all-inclusive resort, so it's going to be really nice. So you guys should definitely join me for that trip too. If you can't do the Costa Rica one, or shoot, do them all. And then also, this one is exclusive. You guys are probably the first people to hear about this, but and I haven't launched this trip yet, but it will because I have to figure out the dates and everything. But we're going to Egypt. So if you have ever wanted to go to Egypt, but you don't want to go by yourself, especially if you're a female, you probably shouldn't go to Egypt by yourself without having like a tour guide or anything like that. But we're going to Egypt, and that'll be in February. So that'll be a very fun trip. We're going to do a cruise down the Nile and go to the pyramids, go to Luxor, and do all types of fun things. So that'll be really exciting. So if you're interested in going to Egypt with me, let me know. I will say this: the Egypt trip is going to be cheaper than the other two trips. Egypt trip is going to be the cheapest one. So if you want to go to Egypt, this is the time to go. Definitely come with me. Especially because especially if you don't have anyone to go to Egypt with, definitely go with a group and definitely come with your girls. So DM me if you want the Egypt information because I haven't put it out there yet. Hey, put it out there for
She
everybody.
haven't put it
I'm
out
just
there.
telling. I'm just telling y'all. Y'all are the first people to know about the Egypt trip.
This is exclusive on the Point Blank
Exclusive
Experience.
information.
Now, is this open to male and females?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So
Yes.
y'all
Open to
hearing
males
it,
and
man.
females. Everybody come.
And this is a surprise to me. I didn't know she was going to mention this on this conversation. I didn't even know that trip existed. But when I saw that, I was like, that's cool, man. A person that's taking time out of their busy life to say, hey, there are people out there that want to travel, but don't have anyone to travel with or afraid to travel alone. And she's putting this out there for people, man. And I'm not going to ask the cost right now. You're going to have to go to her website to check it out. She probably have ways to contact her. I'm not going to get into all that right now because a lot of times, if people hear something, it could go negative. Oh, that's too much and all that, but they won't read. They don't know all of the.
The
They don't
stuff that
know
you
all
get.
what's
Yeah.
entailed in it, and that's why I want to give y'all. And a work to live. First of all, evolving with Etta said, "This is a dream life, boy. Who you telling? This woman here, yo." And what's so amazing? And I'm gonna go back. I don't ask a female their age. Early 30s.
Yeah.
Can I talk to y'all for a minute? And I'm sorry, man. If I offend anybody right now, I apologize in advance. I'm just gonna look at this whole scenario. Early 30s, black. Some would say a female. She ain't supposed to be doing what she's doing right now. Hell, early
Yeah. I mean, a
30s,
lot of people
black
be like,
male. I, I'm not supposed to be doing. Nobody's supposed to. Matter of fact, let's just call a spade a spade. In this day and age, early 30s, whatever race you are, ain't supposed to be doing what she's doing.
that's what they
Man,
say.
you know,
But the kids in their 20s are doing it. I'm like, oh, I'm a late bloomer when it comes to travel. Because when I was traveling and I was hanging out the hostels, these kids are like 19, they were 20, and they were out traveling all these countries by themselves. I was like, dang, I'm late to the party,
no, you
but
ain't
I'm
late.
here.
If you late,
I
if you
fit
late,
in.
I'm super late.
They all think I'm in my 20s anyways, so it's cool.
So work to live, not live to work. Felicia said those are some amazing destinations. Egypt is on my list too. And again, Felicia, thank you so much for reminding me and making this happen. And if I would ever say, I wish I had been half of this aware at her age. Exactly, half aware. And y'all got to go and look at that IG reel that she did and see the stories of why when she quit her job. I'm gonna tell you right now, with your boy Rod, there would have been a fear factor bigger than Dallas, Texas. There would have been a fear factor. I wouldn't have done it. I would have been too afraid to do it. So now, and I'm almost done here. Uh, you had a YouTube channel.
I mean, like, I have one. It's
Yeah.
like some shorts up there, but I don't have any like actual videos. I gotta start. I
Why
want to
did
do
you
like I
stop
want to
it?
have a vlog. No, there was no stop. I was just. What do you mean with the reels, the YouTube reels? I can tell you why. It's funny. I was just talking to my friend this weekend about it. Um, but it was like I would put stuff. I would put my TikToks up there, and they kept taking them down because like the music or something, or like copyright. So I was like, okay, you know what? Let me just take a break from like posting on here because they were hitting me with the copyrights. I don't want to get in trouble.
Oh, they hit me with that all the time. I tell you, it ain't no fun. I had to go back and edit it out. And I like tonight, I had to pace myself because especially if I'm off, like I do my lives on Sundays and Wednesdays, and I hear this music. I'm like, I'm playing that before my live tonight, and I get the crowd crunk, but then the next day I have to take it out. So my next question is: have you found you got 102,000 subscribers on Instagram,
Mhm.
595,000, almost 596,000 on TikTok? What has that experience been like? I mean, do you feel like a star? Do you feel how do you feel?
I don't know. Like being internet famous is pretty interesting. I will say this: like a lot of people, I got recognized in public like one time, just one time, like
That's it. That was my next question. Just one time.
just one time. I mean, only other time I was recognized in public was recently, and I was actually speaking at a travel festival. So I had some followers there, but other than that, yeah, I've only been approached like one time. That was in Thailand too. It was so random.
I would have thought because that's my dream, y'all.
This
I
girl's
don't.
like,
I
I
mean, I
follow
have a
you,
couple
and I was
dreams.
like, no, you. I was like, no, you don't. I was like, what's my Instagram name? I didn't believe her.
Hey, Aaliyah, when they recognize me, I'm like a damn fool. It's gonna be on the news and everything. I do want the silver play button. I want the YouTube play button. You have to have 100,000 subscribers. But I'm
We'll
just
get there.
waiting on one person to see me in the grocery store or the Subway shop, or not Subway, but the sub shop, or out wherever, and say, "Yo, you're that dude I see on YouTube talking about credit." Man, when that happens, hey, Destroyer's coming. I see you up in this thing, baby. Say, okay, Rod, another boulder. You know how I do it, baby. And right now, I'm sure there's gonna be more people watch the replay, but there are a lot of live streams going. When I saw this, I was like, oh man, I don't know if I'm gonna do these on Thursdays. I know my queen brown girl Bella, if I'm not mistaken, she's live on her show right now, Bella After Dark. I shouldn't have said that. Don't y'all go over there. I don't know what she's talking about, but uh, I know Life with V was live earlier. Cooking with the Catchers did a premiere, so it's a lot of people live. Now, I don't have to ask that question because you kind of answered it. I was going to ask, do you find IG and TikTok to be easier than YouTube? But you kind of answered that. Uh, Now, I'm getting close to the end. I got about when you book a trip, is there a certain time frame? How far in advance do you book your trips?
Not very far in advance. I'm pretty bad at that.
Well, I
I don't
guess if it's
like.
$33, you ain't got
I
to worry about it.
don't. Right. It kind of depends. I think if like, first of all, I don't really. There aren't many places where I know like, okay, I need to be here on these dates, things like that. I try not to plan things like far in advance because things always change, and I might need to do something with a brand. I might need to be over here. So I don't want to plan too far in advance because then you have to work everything else that you do around that one thing. I don't like doing that. It's really annoying, tedious to me.
I got to backtrack a little bit, Aaliyah, because you say you don't really have brand deals, but you have brand deals.
No, no, yeah, like I do. I don't do a lot of them, but sometimes, like I said, so if they want me to like be somewhere, I definitely don't want to. I like to keep my schedule open and flexible. So
I have a personal question, but it's a personal question that I'm asking on behalf of other content creators in this live stream. I get a lot of emails, people asking,
mhm.
Rod, can I put my commercial, Points Blank Travel, can I put my commercial in here? Points Blank Finance, can I put my commercial here? The Points Blank Experience, can I put? And I almost got burned by one. How do you know when they're legit? I mean, do you call them? Do you contact them? How do you know? How does the Travel Taurus as a company, how do you know when these brand deal invitations are legit?
I can kind of tell with like the email. First of all, like if someone emails me and they don't say my name in the email, I kind of like they be like, "Hi, love," or "Hi, the travel tourist." I'm like, my name's on the thing. Like you don't know my name. Like is this like a bot or something? Definitely like how they address me on the email. I look at their email address. I go to the website. I check and see if they have a social media page. I look up the person on LinkedIn. Like I do like a lot of stuff. I'll be wanting to
So,
know. I'm like, is this real? Do you really work for this company? So
can your boy get
I
one?
do a little background check on them. So
Can your boy get one free pass? And the next, not the next one, but the one that I really think may be legit. Could I like forward it to you and you just look at it? Just one.
yeah, because I've done that before too. I did like a mentorship program with this one content creator, and he works a lot with Thailand and like their tourism board. And I got an email from someone who said they were with the tourism board, but the email looked sketchy. So I surely did send it to him. I was like, hey, I was like, does this look right to you? He was like, yeah, actually it does. I was like, oh, okay, because it looked weird to me. So it
One,
just really does. It's okay. Yeah, send it to me. We'll look at it together and be like,
please. Because one word that stands out to me that I just automatically think is fake when they say cooperation. We would like to have your cooperation in this
no,
collaboration. I'm like, hell no,
no,
that don't even
yeah,
sound right. There ain't nobody
yeah,
that got no real company to talk about cooperation.
yeah. A
Hey,
lot
bro.
of times that they'll want to know like my rates and stuff. And the thing is like my rates are they're like high. So most of these brands that work that they I get approached by a lot of brands, but a lot of them can't afford me for honestly. So
I look at
that's why I said I didn't really work with that many brands because I'm like, all right, well, you're gonna have to pay me a couple stacks to do this. And they're like, oh, we were only have $150. I said, I can't do nothing with that. Like,
I can't do
like,
that
I'm
with $150.
sorry, I can't do
What am I
nothing
do
with
with
that.
$150? I can't even catch an Uber to the airport with
I was
$150.
like, I can't do nothing for that, because honestly, like when I did the Rent the Runway video, that was an ad for them. That took me a long time. Like I at least spent probably like 10 hours at least just doing that video because I have to get ready, I have to shoot the content, then I have to edit the content, then I have to send them the content, then I have to say, oh, can you change this? Then I have to go back and change that, and I have to sit down, I have to write a caption, and then not only have to write a caption, if they have an affiliate link that they want me to post, and I have to go and have to put that on the link in my bio. Like it's a lot of stuff that I have to do,
So that Rent the
So
Runway, that was a
I'm like, y'all gonna have to pay. Like,
that Rent the Runway was actually a sponsorship.
yeah, it says ad if you look in the
I mean, I
caption.
wasn't looking at all that. Hell, I was trying to
If
come
you
up with some
ever
questions. Now I'm gonna have to
wonder,
go back and look it up.
yeah, yeah, like if you ever wonder if something is an ad, like on TikTok or Instagram, look in the caption because you're required to say it's an ad, or you'll get in big trouble with the FTC FTC, FTC.
Like a paid sponsorship or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it'll say ad in the it says ad in the caption.
Okay. So, man, I did not know that. I'm over here thinking you just so happy that you getting these clothes cheap as hell, and it's a paid sponsorship. But you did very well because you fooled me.
Well, I mean,
So
it is pretty cheap. They said it starts at $69 a month. I was like, that's really good. I thought it was more. I was like, I would have signed up for them before that. But I mean, I got my subscription for free. So
when you do this, you tell them a couple stacks.
well, it depends on what they want me to do. Because if they want me to like make a 30-second video or something like that, I mean, 30 seconds is a long time to make a video. Like, it's a long time to make a video.
Well, not for me because I could talk, but the way you do it and your favorite couple do it and me and I do it, they got all these cuts and splices and edits.
Yeah.
I just talk for 30 seconds, but when you're doing all that, yes, it is a long time.
Yeah.
Now,
it depends on what they want me to do. Do I have to go somewhere to shoot this video? Because if I have to leave my house, like that's even more money. Like
I
I
don't
have to
have
charge
I
you
don't
for that. Like,
I don't have this written down, Aaliyah. This just came to my mind. Do you get? I mean, it's almost a dumb question, but I just have to ask for myself. Do you find yourself getting more lucrative offers the higher you go up in followers? As you've exceeded 100,000 on IG, almost 600,000. Do you find yourself getting more lucrative offers or more BS offers?
I mean, kind of both. It just kind of depends on who it is. I do think a lot of these companies are like, if it's a small company, I get hit up by a lot of small companies, and they just don't have a big budget for it. I'm like, it's probably not the spot for you, unless you just want to be on my Instagram story or something like that. But yes, I do get companies that they're willing to pay more. Actually upcharge the Rent the Runway. They wanted to pay me less, and I got them to pay me more because I told them, I said, yeah, well, I can tell you right now, just the trajectory that my page is going at this point in time, I'm going to have close to 100,000 followers when I post this content. So you guys should pay me X amount, of money. So, and they're like, okay, so yes, that does help to
Very
have more
impressive.
followers. But you
Very
gotta have good
impressive.
engagement too. So they're
And
very engaged on Instagram. Instagram is definitely the hot spot right now for me.
so I need to go over to Instagram and just do a whole lot of talking. All right, I noted, but
Honestly, I don't know how well the talking videos do on Instagram because I haven't really done too many. But I'm gonna start because they do pretty well on TikTok, but on Instagram, I don't know. Especially because Instagram, you can't. I don't think you can post 3-minute videos on Instagram.
no, it's
So that kind of makes it kind of hard to do like anything like a story time or or like
you
any
do
type
very
of like
well.
tutorial. Oh, my story times are great. They love them on TikTok because I can post like a 3 minute, 10 minute video on TikTok. But on Instagram, I don't really do story times on there because they don't fit. I can't fit them in there. They're too long.
And you do, and one of the things I noticed, you have an MBA, correct?
I do. Hmm.
And I ain't called a college. I don't know what college you went to. I know I saw it somewhere. Uh, but I reason I asked it because you're very business minded. You
Yes,
know,
that's my background. So yeah.
one of the things I could say, y'all, and I'm gonna say this here while I got 10 real homies in the crib. One of the things I love about these, well, I'm gonna have to say this quick because my battery flashing. And I'm gonna ask a question, and so I can put her on the screen by herself. One of the things that I love about these interviews is I really get to know a person because it forced me to research, and then I research, and then when I talk to them, I find out even more. And it is yet to fail. I'm more impressed and more honored to even be talking to this woman now than I was 6 hours ago because now I'm hearing more than what I thought I read. But I do have a question for you, and I'm gonna put you on the screen by yourself because it's gonna probably freeze me up in a second.
Okay.
Can you tell us about your social media friend Carissa?
Oh, Carissa's my girl. Yeah, I love her. She's so sweet. But yeah,
Tell
I
us
met
about that
Carissa.
whole story.
Oh, about story how we met. So this probably sometime last year. But when I had like no followers, like 4,000, 5,000 followers, and I made a post about hostels because we were just talking about it. I made a post about hostels, and this other travel influencer who had probably like 50, 60,000 followers or something like that at the time had an issue with hostels, so they decided they wanted to put me on blast on their story. It kind of backfired because then a lot of people came to my page and were like following me and everything like that. And she was actually one of those people. So, she started following me and she hit me up, sent me a message, and she was like, "Yeah, I kind of like I was following him, but I don't really like what he was saying because I stay at hostels too, and I don't see a problem with it." Blah blah, and so yeah, we kind of like connected over that, and she's a Taurus as well. So we just kind of been like friends on the internet. And I don't know when I realized that she like lived in Mexico, but I think I started like watching her stories, and I was like, oh, she lives in Mexico. And around the time, maybe like earlier this year, I was really considering moving out of the country because I was just like, I don't want to be in the United States. And I was looking for other places to move to where I could take my dog and that were affordable. So I knew a couple of friends. I knew she lived in Mexico. I knew there was another girl that I followed that lived in Mexico. And then I had another friend that he lived in Mexico, but he also, right now, he lives in Guatemala. So I started, talking to them and seeing like, what was up. And yeah, we just became really friendly, and she would comment on my stories and my posts, and I would comment back, and we would have like little conversations and stuff like that. And I told her, I was like, yeah, girl, I'm about to move to Mexico. So she was like, okay. She's like, you gotta come visit me. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna come visit me. I'm gonna come visit you. And she lives in Guadalajara, and I'm in Playa del Carmen. So she's kind of on the other side of Mexico, like the western side, where they just had like where all the earthquakes are going on right now. She's on that side of Mexico. I'm on the far other side of Mexico. I'm near Cancun and on the Gulf of Mexico. She's near like the other side of Mexico. And so yeah, so she told me she was going to be in Cancun this past weekend, and that she was going to go to Isla Mujeres. And I had never been there to Isla Mujeres. So I was like, girl, yeah, I want to go too. So she invited me, and we spent like one full day together. It was like a little 2-day trip, and we had like literally the best time ever. I'm like, yeah, that's my girl. She actually really reminds me of my college roommate, one of my college roommate back in the day. So yeah, I already knew we were like instantly gonna be friends. And so yeah, now we're friends in real life. That's my girl. I love her so much. She also makes travel content. She doesn't have that many followers, but I'm gonna help her out. Because we all need to be winning out here in these Instagram and TikTok streets. So I've been helping her. I got her to join TikTok. She has a like maybe 20,000, 50,000, 50,000 maybe on TikTok. So yeah, it's my girl. We were shooting content and doing all types of fun stuff together. But yeah, she's another person that lives in Mexico.
I thank you for dragging it out because I stepped away and I know you can see I had stepped away and I'm running around. I'm like,
You're
hey,
welcome.
Tasia, man, but yeah, I saw that story and uh, I didn't know this much of it, and I was able to hear it while you were talking. You know, it's rough in these social media streets, these YouTube streets, Instagram streets,
It's very lonely to be a content creator as well. A lot of people don't understand what you're doing.
and that's what I
So
was going to ask because I've had the privilege to meet your favorite couple and meet and I and work to live, not live to work, cooking with the Catrins. I've met a lot of content creators. Now I know you haven't had anybody recognize you, but other than Carissa, have you met? Oh man, I thought I was up here with Brown Girl Bella. I thought I saw the dog.
He does this all the time. When I do these interviews, he's very quiet, but I can tell when I've been on too long because then
Yeah,
he
and
comes
that
up
we
to
about
me
to
and
get
he's
out of
like,
here
"Hey,
too.
mom." I'm like,
We about,
"Hi, you woke up." I was like, "All right." He's
and
just been
with
sitting
that
next
being
to me. He wants
said,
to get in my lap, so I put him in my lap.
we're gonna roll out of here. Um, and I saw a
But yes, I have met some of my friends.
Carmelin for the win put in here SFB, and I'm gonna tell y'all, damn, work to live know the dog's name and everything. Y'all, this here, and I don't remember if
Everyone
I
knows
said it.
Archer.
What you see here, you see SFB, which is a contest that I have going on Points Blank Travel. I'm gonna say this very quickly. Uh, I made a comment to Brown Girl Bella, and I use these three letters for the acronym. And I have a contest. It's only on Points Blank Travel. I may extend it over to this channel as well, but on that channel, whoever guesses what these three letters are, I think we're up to $45 right now. I'm gonna go up to $200, and every live stream I do on Points Blank Travel, it's gonna increase $5 or $10. Last night, Brown Girl Bella was on my channel, and she's like, "Ooh, it's only 25, so I increased it up to $20." You guess what that is? You'll win. Hurry up and guess. That means I don't have to spend that much money. Hey, and work to live, not live to work. So, hey, Archer. Last question I have. I had two, but since Archer's up there, I'm going to cut it down to one. Do you ever see yourself moving back to the United States?
Uh, Probably not. I'll go back and visit.
That was the other question. How often do you visit? But do you see yourself moving back? Um,
I mean, at this point, I go back to the United States when I have business to handle there. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, if I have something to do there, I'll go back. But if I don't have anything to do, I'm gonna save my coins. It's expensive, It's very expensive in the United States. Even just to stay there, just for a little bit, it's expensive.
wow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not gonna keep this young lady on here any longer. We have Archer that just came in and said, "Okay, it's time to go." Um,
He's probably hungry. You
and
hungry? Yeah,
we got
both ears
10
went up.
real homies in the crib. I want to thank, she's not coming back to stay, Rod. Laugh out loud, man. And Bob Etta said, I definitely feel her returning. She's traveling the world. Yes, man. I want to thank everybody that tuned in tonight. I want to start off by thanking the subscribers. You guys make this channel what it is. We're slowly moving up. I want to, and this is no particular order. I just said first. I want to thank the Alliance, Meet and I, your favorite couple, Cooking with the Catchmans that came in and helped moderate this. I also want to thank um, Evolving with Etta and everybody else that came in. It's always showing your boy love, especially Evolving with Etta because she's supporting so many content creators out there, and she's a content creator herself. Uh, I'm gonna say we in. Y'all, this is a joke. It ain't a joke. It's serious, but it's funny because Meet and I said we need Archer on all the lives at the 3 hour mark. What they're saying,
Here he
Archer
comes
was
in.
for me to end this live, and it's only been an hour and 34 minutes. Hey, I'm notorious for doing 3, 4, 5 hour live streams. I do want to thank the entire alliance again. Your favorite couple, Meet and I, Cooking with the Catchers, anybody else that I missed, and now everybody laughing. Are you following Travel Taurus on IG, man? I'm gonna tell you right now. The content she's putting on Instagram is better than a lot of the content, and it's more informative than the 6-minute videos that I see on YouTube. She's doing it in a minute or less in reels on Instagram. Make sure y'all check her out. I'm I thank the subscribers. I want to thank the viewers that haven't subscribed yet. I want to thank Work to Live, Not Live to Work for reminding me about this. But more importantly, last but not least, I want to thank Aaliyah Simone, the Travel Taurus, for taking the time out of her schedule. She didn't even feed her dog, ladies and gentlemen. She came on here. She showed up. She showed out. Y'all, right now, I want Aaliyah to see this, and I want everybody to see this. Work to Live, Not Live to Work said this was fire. Meet and I said we following her everywhere.
Everywhere. Good. I'll make sure I stay alive.
And this right here, these when I think I'm gonna go by and I'm not discounting nobody else's presence, but I'm gonna start right here. Your favorite couple, Evolving with Etta, Work to Live, Not Live to Work, Meet and I. These are very important people that are in my life that and in a lot of decisions that I make in my life. So to hear them say that, it means the world. Any parting words you have, Aaliyah? If not, say so. And I'm gonna say my closing.
Party words. Well, thanks for having me on the show. I had a great time. If you guys have any questions about anything I said today or anything you see on my page, just DM me. You can DM me on Instagram. I answer my DMs. Just say, don't be weird. Don't say hi. Say, hi, my name is such and such. I heard you on the Point Blank Travel live or whatever. Just, introduce yourself and then ask your question. And we can talk, if you need anything, advice or anything, check out my website. There's lots of information on there. Go on TikTok, go on Instagram. My TikTok has playlists, I have a ton of playlists with everything organized. So definitely check all of that out on there.
All right, y'all. And this is gonna really blow your mind. This is gonna blow y'all mind. I know damn well this is about to blow everybody's mind. It's blowing mine and I'm even thinking it. But I wanna go and read these up. Destroy is coming. Thank you, man, for your continued support. Your boy, you got much love for you, man. Appreciate you. A thumbs up, fire. Involvement Editor said, thank you for this wealth of information. Meet and I, she inspired us to work on getting into the bag. Let's get it, chat. With that being said, I'm gonna blow your mind. 8 real homies in the crib. Again, I am your boy Rod, broadcasting live from the DF Dub, Dallas Fort Worth, baby. Y'all, this is gonna trip you out. These are my parting comments right here. Let me hold up. I don't have any parting comments. That's never happened before. This woman has said it all. I don't need to say nothing else. Let me turn this down a little bit so I don't have to talk over it. Much love to y'all. Please, if you haven't done so, subscribe to the channel. In this video, give this video a thumbs up on my live streams. I will say ring that doorbell. Share it with your family and friends. Share it on your social media platforms. Share it with your cousins. Share it with your cousins' cousins. Share it with people you don't even like. Because if they watching me, they ain't got time to be effing with you. You know how we end up over here. We about to roll out. Give me 1 second to live before you get out of here. I'm just thank you in the backstage. We out. Much love. Remember it. Let me pull this comment down. Good night, fam. Fire. Good night, fam. Much love. And I'm going to take this down and I got to put up my slogan, baby. The passcode to success is 247-365. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We stay grinding on this. Ooh, I can't say that. I can, but I ain't. Because there's a respectable young lady on the street. If I was by myself, y'all, here by myself, I would say it. And with that being said, 7 real homies, peace. We out, man. Much love, y'all.